Hello, dear Virgos, and welcome to your February 2023 readings with me. If you're new to my channel, dear Virgos, please do subscribe. Let's get started. Let's see what's in store for Virgos, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the month of Feb. Well, this energy of this month starts with a very, very beautiful energy, my dear Virgos. I can see that Virgos are going to have a divine protection upon them in the first week of February. I see that you are protected in what you are doing, be it your work field. If you were having some kind of worries regarding your work, then be assured that you are going to be protected by the divine. There's a big protection upon you. This is what I see. Regarding your health matters also, you are protected. Regarding your sentimental matters, if things were not going fine and if things were not on the same page and there were some kind of conflicts, then I see that you are going to be protected, my dear Virgos. And I also see that they will Virgos at this point of time might feel a bit of insecurity inside of them regarding certain things, but as this energy is coming up in the first week of Feb, I see that you don't have to worry about anything. Things are going to be taken care of and things will sail smoothly. But just you need to take care of one thing, is not to abuse that protection just because, okay, I am protected, so I should go and take uncalculated risks, is wrong. Right, my dear Virgos? So you need to take care of that you don't just fall into the game of just abusing this protection, because at one point of time the protection will be removed if we keep on abusing this protection. So we need to be grateful for this protection and we need to work under this. All right, so just take care of that, my dear student Virgos. Also, you are protected. Whatever your I would say projects were, whatever your way of studying, or the way that was blocking you at this point of time, here in the first week you will see that things are starting to get a bit more smoother for you. This is what I see. So it's a beautiful thing. And even generally speaking, for Virgo, Sun, Moon and Rising, this is a nice time to solidify, to concretize their project, to make them more concrete. This is what I see. Then we go to the second week, my dear Virgos. And in the second week, as you can see, the energy is that of feeling frustrated. Some of you are feeling a bit frustrated because things are, like you feel alone, you don't feel supported, so you feel a bit frustrated. This is what I see. While for some of the Virgos, I see that they are dealing with a feminine energy who can be quite a difficult kind of energy, an energy who is very troublesome. This can be an unmarried sister, this can be your ex-partner, your ex-wife also, it can be, or your ex-girlfriend. This can be a person who is a colleague of yours, a lady colleague of yours also. This is what I see, my dear Virgos, in the second week. So just be careful, because there is an energy of conflict and heated arguments also that this particular feminine energy can get at this point of time. That is in the second week. So be careful. Because of someone, we cannot spoil our peace of mind, right? Let them be in their storms, okay? Or rather, I would say, let them be in their negativity. You don't need to all the time go and rescue people in their negativity, because when you go there, you also catch some negativity upon yourselves. So if they are ready to come into the light, let them come into the light. All right, you don't need to keep on extending and filling up broken pots, my dear Virgo. So just be careful about that in the second week. And also be careful regarding a backstab also that can come through a colleague, it can come through a friend, it can also come through a relative also. Some kind of information you must have revealed to them, and now they just they are just backstabbing you by disclosing it to everyone. So just be careful about that, my dear Virgos, in the second week. And know if know that everyone is not worth telling everything to. Okay, the tried and tested, go for these kind of people. Always have one or two people only who really you can share things with. Everyone doesn't need to know. We are in the world of social media, so what happens is that we are, many a times I see people are so much eager to give out all the information everywhere, and it's a bit shocking because you are making yourself vulnerable to any kind of attacks. Okay, so just be careful, and especially my dear teenagers who are watching this video, just be careful, don't put up all your information out there. Ladies, also my dear Virgo ladies, please be careful, because you have that habit also. I mean, ladies, we usually have that habit that we want to vent out things, but we have to be careful of what we are venting out and where are we doing that. Okay, so always have one or two very good people with whom you can share everything, and they know everything about it and you know everything about them. There are these kind of people, but this trust develops over years. Okay, so you can't just trust a stranger. So just be careful about that in the second week, especially, my dear Virgos. Otherwise, you can be in for an unpleasant surprise. All right. I see that for some of the Virgos, it can also be some kind of internal conflict that is happening because of some family drama happening also. So that also puts you in a kind of an uncomfortable position. It can be because of the finances, it can be because of, you know, there are always elements that can be there, and they are put purposely so that we evolve. Thanks to them that we can evolve faster, and those elements can be quite troublesome. Okay, so just don't pay attention to that. Have sympathy for people who are alone and who are frustrated, like for example a lonely grandmother who can be frustrated at times. So go spend time, even if she's a bit harsh with you. Just know that she's not harsh with you, she is harsh with herself because she finds herself alone. So this kind of a lonely feminine energy in your family, instead of entering into their game and fighting with them, just be calm and deal things with serenity to restore the harmony, my dear Virgos. And then we go to the third week, and this third week is a beautiful card, because if you were having any problems regarding your finances, if you were having any botherations regarding your finances, my dear Virgos, then I see that in the third week you will have the means and the sources and the strength and the smartness and the intelligence to improve your financial situation. You might land up with opportunities which are rewarding opportunities. This is what I see, and that can contribute to a better healthy looking bank balance also. This is what I see for Virgos in the third week. In the third week also, my dear Virgos, I see that you can be for a job well done, you can have a bonus, or rather I would say an extra payment that comes your way, or you land up into a good contract also which pays you well. So some kind of opportunity like this is coming your way in the third week of Feb, my dear Virgo. So there is a kind of a small kind of an happy outcome regarding finances. This is happening in the third week, and I also see that your projects will be on the good path in the third week. And for Virgo students also, this is a good news, because whatever you are doing, whatever you are working at, it is going to be on the good path. That means it is going smoothly. This is what I see, my dear Virgos, for you for the third week. And then we go to the fourth week, and the fourth week you will have to be careful in the fourth week regarding administrative stuff. Most probably for the papers, you can be summoned for some kind of papers that are missing, and maybe you are traveling and then you realize that, oh dear, I didn't carry such and such a thing with me, and then you're not feeling very good about it, because you can't board on the train, plane, whatever you're going with, and or you have forgotten an important paper. You go for an appointment and then you have not taken all your papers, so that can create a bit of a problem. So some kind of a little forgetfulness can lead to some kind of a discomfort. This is what is seen in the last week. And in the last week also, my dear Virgos, I see that there can be people who can, provoke you. Wow, in the second and the fourth week you have that energy that you can get provoked, so just be careful, okay? And so in the last week you can be provoked to say something wrong, to do something wrong that doesn't fit in your Virgo norms, and that can create a lot of conflict. Also, there will be people who will just try to make you enter into some kind of petty quarrels or fights, I would say. This is what is the energy. There is a conflicting energy, there is an energy of rivalry, and there is this strange kind of internal conflict also at the same time that is happening in the last week, my dear Virgos. And I also see, my dear Virgos, in the last week that you should really be careful regarding your morale, because that morale can get affected, because there will always be when there are mosquitoes around, even if we are very calm and that mosquito keeps on troubling us, what happens? We start slapping ourselves. It's exactly like this that can happen in the last week, because of those kind of people who are like mosquitoes, like just going around you, and in order to get them you are slapping yourselves. What's the need? There is no need to do that, my dear Virgos. You need to be careful about that in the last week. There are people who are out there who are there to test your nerves, and they will try to do that in the last week, or you yourself can lose your cool and you can enter into some kind of a fight and get upset about something and spoil your family ambience, your home ambience and atmosphere, just because someone out there who has absolutely not much to do with you is saying something to you, and you're giving so much importance to them that you bring all that baggage at home and then you spread it in your family who loves you, and you spoil the ambience, the atmosphere of your house. So don't do that. Even if it's a bad colleague who has done something at that time, don't get it home. Leave your work stories at work. Your job timings are from that time to that time. Just leave them there and that's it. You don't need to get it. And if you're working from home, then you leave it on the computer itself. Don't take it back and spread it in the house, okay? Know that these energies can affect you in an adverse way, and especially your loved ones. So you need to take care of them, my dear Virgos, okay? So here we are at the end of our February reading. So thank you very much for listening, my dear Virgos. And I wish you a nice February, calm, and don't lose your dignity for people who don't have any. All right, so please do like, share and comment, and I shall see you next month. Until then, take good care of yourself. Bye bye. God bless.